Welcome back to Central Valley Business. It's a big week coming up. It's International Assistance Dog Week, a time where we can focus some attention on that great service that these animals perform. And we've asked Ed Crane from My Assistance Dog, Inc. to come on and talk about it. It's a big week. It's worldwide. They're recognizing the assistance dogs.
Mike, it's a pleasure to come back and visit with you again and tell our story about these amazing dogs. And International Assistance Dog Week is the time of year where people like myself who have been partnered with a dog, also run an organization, are able to give the proper praise that these dogs deserve for the wonderful work that they do. Okay.
We think of assistance dogs as a CNI dog, but there's a lot of different types of assistance dogs. Is that
right? You know, there are different categories. You've got dogs that assist people who have vision impairment or are blind. There's a class of dogs that help people who, again, have hearing loss or hearing impairment. That's another class. And then there's a class of dog termed service dog that covers the full length of disabilities out there. For example, my partner here, Zern, helps me with my epilepsy out there. So you've got three classes of these dogs. And just to give you an idea, International Assistance Dog Week has been set up to be recognized around the world to really recognize and honor all of these assistance dogs around the world. That's the goal for that week. We also want to raise awareness to the public and educate them about assistance dogs, give them a better understanding. We want to definitely honor all the puppy raisers and trainers out there, the organizations that do this wonderful work. For example, I'm wearing my Canine Partners for Life shirt today. That's the organization who's provided me three tremendous dogs over the past 18 years, including my current partner, Zern, and my retired partner who's at home, Alipo. And then finally, we recognize heroic deeds that have happened in the past year by these amazing dogs. The stories that come down about these deeds, life-saving, are amazing, and these are the things that we're trying to make sure we will spread the word this week.
Do you have any heroic stories?
Well, you know, I don't know if it's heroic or not. I've been blessed, like I said, with these three dogs from Canine Partners who have helped me with my epilepsy, and to be honest with you, personally, they're heroic in the fact that my partner here can warn me in advance 35 or 40 or 50 minutes before every seizure, which keeps me protected. But I've had a couple of experiences with my previous partner, who's retired now, Alipo, where we were somewhere in a location. It had to happen once at Disney, where we were walking, and normally the dogs are walking gently by my side. Mm-hmm. And he pulled me a little bit towards somebody, wasn't sure what was going on, and then the warning he normally provides me, rubbing his head on my knees, he did to a stranger, a full stranger. And I was a little bit embarrassed, but I explained that my dog was trained, Alipo was trained to provide advanced warning for seizures, and I wasn't sure the person had epilepsy, and it turns out the person did have epilepsy. And I asked that individual to lay down because I was pretty sure a seizure was going to occur shortly. And that person did lay down, and yes, that person had a seizure. So, again, in my book, that was a kind of a heroic thing.
Very heroic, yeah.
Out there.
Of course, every time your dog informs you or tells you that you're going to have a seizure, it could save your life every single time.
Well, I just have had... You know, I've had epilepsy now for 32 years of my life, and I've only had these dogs for about the past 18 years. Before that, before I had a grand mal seizure, there was no warning, had no idea it was coming, and every time I hit something on the way down, whether it was a table or an object there, and wound up, bleeding and with a head injury or something else. Yeah, definitely.
So a lot of people have service dogs for a lot of different reasons. Now you have tell us about your organization, My Assistance Dog Inc. And you said you're working with veterans now? Or?
Yeah, well, My Assistance Dog Inc. is an organization, and I'm proud to say we've been up and running now, based locally here, but seen around the world for the past 7 years now. Matter of fact, we're one of the 2 or 3 top organizations, information sites about assistance dogs around the world. And I get inquiries from around the world, hundreds of them a day. So we've got an audience out there. The word has spread well, and it's expanding. And at the same time, we're hearing back from not only individuals but organizations. I heard from an organization that is specializing in veterans, assisting veterans, particularly veterans who are suffering from PTSD. And they had a conference in Washington a few weeks ago. I wasn't able to make it this time. I will definitely make it. I've calendared it for next year. But we were able to connect together, and My Assistance Dog Inc., we not only feature them now, we are assisting them any way we can to help veterans here in the United States live a better life, possibly partner with a dog, seek some help and assistance, because that's what we're able to do. And we're doing more of that along the way here now. One of the other very unusual things that happened is I get contacted on a regular basis from individuals. Many times they don't tell me what they're looking for, but I had a contact recently within the past few weeks from somebody who just wanted to get some information about an assistance dog for a veteran he knew. You know, it's amazing how these things can happen. And we had about 4 or 5 phone calls, and I was able to educate him and share information and lead him in a direction. And what he really wanted to do also was, I received an email this week from one of the national organizations that provides dogs, thanking me because this veteran also provided a substantial donation to the organization to assist somebody and got the guidance. They wanted to say that Ed Crane and My Assistance Dog Inc. guided them along the way there. So we're helping in many ways.
I think we have a live shot of your dog. Tell me about your dog now.
Well, Zern here helps me with my epilepsy and my seizures. Luckily, he's been properly trained by Canine Partners for Life. In addition to all of the tasks that he's able to do for my disability, he's got the ability to sense my oncoming seizures. It's a sensory ability he has due to the smell that I emit prior to a seizure, and he warns me in advance by about 25, 30 minutes by rubbing his head on my knees. Nice. And the difference that makes is I don't have falls and injuries that occurred for a long time before I had the warnings. Yeah.
Well, tell us anything else you can tell us about the International Assistance Dog Week? Well,
this is a very big week. I'm trying to spark interest here in the community and around the world that there are so many people out there trying to connect with one of these special dogs. It's not an easy task. These types of connections are not covered by insurance. If somebody has an interest, I would love to see that they contact an organization in their area, hopefully, and donations are accepted by all of these organizations, including ones such as Canine Partners for Life. If I could be helpful leading anybody towards an organization. And again, we also, if we could be helpful answering questions to anybody who may need a dog or has questions. We also get a lot of questions about legal issues where somebody's had a dog and has run into a barrier in their state or locally. That's what My Assistance Dog is here to do. We are very pleased that tomorrow is going to start the celebration, and we are very, very appreciative of your invites here, and we thank you very much for helping the assistance dog community.
Now you mentioned about puppy people. Somebody has to raise those puppies.
Yeah, almost all of the organizations that are part of Assistance Dogs International, such as Canine Partners for Life, have programs where shortly after the puppies are born and then weaned. They go out normally for a period of normally the first year. They partner with individuals and families. They go through training before that process, and there's only basic tasks that are taught to the puppies. But these are great opportunities for people to become a part of really what these amazing dogs are going to do to individuals out there. So if you have an interest, contact one of the organizations, or have an interest and need help finding one, don't hesitate contacting My Assistance Dog Incorporated.
Now, if somebody's watching out there, they know somebody who maybe could benefit from an assistance dog, they should contact you?
Absolutely, yeah. You can go online to myassistancedoginc.org. On that site, you can easily send a message to me, or possibly if you want to just send an email. My email address is my name, Edward, EDWARD, middle initial F, CRANE, at AOL.com.
AOL.com, very good. Well, it is kicking off tomorrow?
Kicking off tomorrow, and my partner Zern and I are ready to help the event this whole week.
International Assistance Dog Week is starting tomorrow, and we will talk about it more throughout this week. We'll be back with more Central Valley Business right after this.